Yo, what is up guys? Mike Thomas, aka the Young Trishula here, and I am back on the Cat's Corner channel with you guys today to talk about something very cool, which is, you might already know, we went 7-0 undefeated in Swiss with Penterror of all things. That's right, I brought the Charizard, the Blue Eyes of Elestrals, to a Premiere tournament and went undefeated in Swiss. Unfortunately, we did lose in the top 8 to the Celestlio Reanimator deck that did end up winning the tournament. And you can see the feature match of me getting cooked on the Elestrals channel on their stream if you want to go check that out. But all's fair, you know, I beat him in Swiss, he beat me back in Top Cut. You know what? That's fair. We take those. So I'm happy with the deck, how it performed, and yeah. But I know Moonrise is over. But I think that you guys might want to check this deck profile out because it's doing something very interesting that no other Penterror deck has ever done before that I think will actually be kind of relevant for you in Moonrise with very minimal changes. So let's hop into this deck and see what I am talking about. So we're gonna hop over here and also check out the new camera. I've upgraded the top camera, so we have this crisp, nice quality for you guys. So let me know in the comments below if you do like it. But of course, we started out with our state-sponsored 3 Ass Rabbits, as well as our Ella Chick. Have to make sure that we get our searches, and then speaking of searches, we played Werepup. What? Werepup? What's he doing here? This is Penterror! What? You said you're playing Pen. This is Lunar Aggro. That's right, we played the Werepup engine as well as Like a Void and the Full Moon. And why did we do this? Well, I felt like this deck needed more starters. I wanted a guy that I can just run out happily on turn 1 and just be, you know, fine to run him out and just set something up. But Werepup actually has really nice synergy with the Penterror strategy because Like a Void is similarly weak to all the stuff that Hydrake is weak to. So Werepup did a really good job of me for baiting out stuff like Cryoblast and Gorgon's Gaze from the opponents in the early game so that I can clear the way for the Hydrake to come down and be impactful in the late game. And why is this relevant? Well, in Firestorm, as you know, we are actually receiving a brand new copy of Like a Void in the form of the Like a Void Champion, which I managed to grab a copy of in Dallas. So shoutouts to whoever hooked me up with this. But that's right. So we're actually going to be able to play this same kind of Penterror deck in Moonrise and just switch out this Like a Void for the new one, because that will give us a lot of bodies that we can use. The other cool thing that this package does for the Penterror deck is the Full Moon giving you a free ramp into the Penterror. I was able to do this once or twice during the tournament where, you know, I ran out a Werepup, set my Full Moon, got Cryoblasted. Oh no, I'm sad. Anyway, I'll play Rabbit on my next turn. It'll stick. Okay, I'm going to Full Moon, enchant, and then I'm going to ascend for my Penterror. So very cool package. Definitely give it a try if you haven't already in the Penterror deck, because I think the synergy is there and it's really, really solid. These cards are fantastic for me all day. As well as our 3 mandatory Eddie. Fun fact though, this card, Eddie, is not as good at Moonrise as you might think. So this one would probably come out in a Moonrise build, but Eddie's still a very powerful card, so we played him for this tournament. 3 Galaxy as well. You know, I love my whale, Arrow, question mark, they're all here. And then, of course, our 3 Hydrake, Twindra, and Penterror. And this rounded out the core of the deck. These were all the Elestrals, so a very aggressive Penterror deck. And something you'll notice is I didn't really bother playing too many Wind guys. I really only had the Hydrakes in here. So no Sorlets, nothing like that, because natural 5s I don't think are very, very good. I want all my guys to, you know, have utility of some description, so we just played all the best Elestrals in the game. Then, for the runes, we have our mandatory 3 Ambrosia, our soft mandatory 2 copies of Zeus, as well as 2 Hurricane. I haven't really been on Hurricane in a long time, and that's part of why I wanted to play this deck. I thought it'd be really fun. But Hurricane synergizes really nicely with the Penterror line because you can go Hurricane, blow up all the back row, run out of Hydrake, and then just get into your Penterror for free. So that is why this is here. We also played our 1 Earthquake, no Laurels, as well as a standard back row lineup of 3 Gaze, 3 Shield, 2 Alter, 2 PTA, and 2 Tsunami. So why the alters, you might ask? Well, we do have our Like a Void to put extra spirits on the board with the full moon, as well as the Penterror, and just shuffling spirits around so that we can help set up into the Penterror is a little bit more useful than the third copy of PTA or Tsunami. So I wanted to do that. And it's also good into Argo. So like the whole idea with this deck is that this deck is really good into Argo. And then I played very little fire because I expected a lot of fire. There was no, I queued against no fire in the whole tournament, but I did queue against a lot of Argo. So all the choices were very good into what I kind of expected. For the Spirit deck, we played 5 Zaptor, we played 5 Lycoris, we played 4 Leviathan, 4 Owloon, and 2 Teratlus. This felt extremely comfortable. I never felt like I had too little of anything. Sometimes I felt like I had too much of stuff. But yeah, this was all pretty good. I don't think you need any more of these. Yeah, like that was more than enough. Play thinner spirit ratios, you will be happy. Just manage your spirits correctly, you will be happy. And then for the side, we played the 3 Spectrus, obviously to deal with stuff like Calfmel, Galaxy, and opposing footballs. Spectrus, good card, came in sometimes. We played the 2 Boombats because I did know that the Celestlio Resurrector deck was running around, as well as Blizzstrix still existing. So I was glad I had this. I drew it in Swiss against the Celestlio deck, and it won me the game. But I did not draw this card at Top Cut, so we got backed out. So shout out to Boombat. And then we also sided 2 Galaxair, just sometimes for, you know, when we go second and we wanted more Eddies. But this is the only Wind Elestral that I felt like I wanted outside of just Hydrake. So he joined the club, but the rest of them not so great. Then we played 2 Cryoblast for when Cryoblast is good, which is often. We sided 1 Hurricane for the Fire matchup, which I never played against. So the idea originally is that I was going to side deck Voltempest. If you've been following Elestriad, there's been the Curse of Voltempest lore in Elestriad, and I was gonna side deck the Voltempest, and then I took it out last second, which is fine. So I put in the Hurricane for that matchup, and then just never played the matchup. So good thing I didn't play Vault, I guess. I said 1 Tsunami, 1 Poison Tip Arrow, 1 Resting on Your Laurels, and then 1 Fire Spirit, obviously for the Fire decks. The idea here was that I could just run out a Fire Enchanted Penterror and just say good luck Eruption burning me. And then the Flare Mine for the Cryoblast. So that was the deck. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy this deck. It was a lot of fun to play, and it performed exceptionally well. So hopefully you'll have a chance to try this out either at your locals before Firestorm comes out, or you can use this as a jumping off point to create your own Penterror deck in Firestorm, and hopefully do very well with. So drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.